So hello everyone, I'm Rohit Kulkarni from team MacroHard. I'll be presenting my prototype for the problem statement sentiment analysis for e-consultation modules. So let's start the demo. So the project that we have developed for sentiment analysis, so we have assumed that the end user for this application is going to be the data analysts in companies. So we have tailored the entire app suitable to the data analysts. And the main thing about sentiment analysis is data analysts have to go through the entire database and figure out what was the emotion in the background that the commentator has written, that the customer has written in the feedback form or the comment section. So usually when it's numbers, you can just apply formulas, but during sentiment analysis, you cannot just apply formulas. So let's just upload a file. Here's a preview of the files, not analyze yet. Let's analyze the file. You can skip to the output 1 timestamp from here to save time. Meanwhile, here's the dashboard that will get after the analysis is done. Two of three done. It does take some time due to some hardware complexities. Still skip to output 1 timestamp from here. Almost there. Analyzing 3 of 3. Still skip to output 1 timestamp. Okay, so here's the output 1. Feedback table. This is the basic summary of the feedback that the data analyst received. So here what we are assuming is the data analyst actually had the database access. So, so the analyst can actually upload the CSV, JSON or XLSX file. So here's just a summary that the user was angry. Yeah, horrible teaching, leave your job, angry. So we actually added some English statements. यार क्या मस्त पढ़ाते हो आप. So this is a positive statement. And to go a bit vernacular, we added Haryanvi. Like Monday nahi samjha kuch. Sorry if the language is wrong. So here's a detailed summary on every feedback. First the feedback, the main emotion, the toxicity level, satisfaction, sarcasm is the user using sarcasm, how polite is the user, what's the urgency of the matter that the user is highlighting, is it a bot comment? So usually what happens is so competitors try to flood your feedback forms or your comment sections with fake comments. So this model detects bot comments too. Actionability, can we take an action on this? Yes, we can. Aspect. So what's the main thing that the feedback is talking about? Teaching. Constructiveness. Is the feedback constructive? No, not at all. Intensity, strong. Like like the feedback is in an angry mood. So the customer is expressing strong anger and dissatisfaction. So here's a final judgment. And the model additionally gives some possible improvements that can be taken. Like immediate action is required to address the teaching quality. This could involve reviewing teaching methods, providing additional training for educators, and implementing a feedback system so that we can actually know like what's the ground reality. Another comment in English, यार क्या मस्त पढ़ाते हो आप? Everything same. Similarly for this one. Yeah. So along with this, we have a dashboard so that it's easier for the analysts to and upper management to visualize how the product, how the company is doing. So here's a pie chart which shows every kind of emotion that users expressed. One's positive, angry, frustrated. Here's a line chart that basically shows how the overall mood of the users has changed over time. We'll see a change in this line chart in the next file that we upload, and this is a per user feedback bar graph. So let's upload a new file to check how a line graph changes, how the timeline changes. We'll upload a new XLSX JSON file or CSV file. File loaded, again just a preview. Analyze file. From here you can again skip to output to timestamp to save time, because it's going to take a while. Analyzing 2 by 3, preparing dashboard 2. You can skip to timestamp for output 2 from here to save time. Analyzing 3 by 3, we're almost there. You can still skip to output 2 timestamp to save time. Thank you. Okay. So similarly, we have another feedback table that's just a summary, a basic summary of how the users are feeling, and a detailed summary. Is it a bot comment? No, it's not a bot comment. A final judgment, intensity mild for this one, and similarly for the third user. Here we have a dashboard again, happy, excited, and satisfied. So different from the older ones. Uh, there's a happy user, there's an excited user, and there's a satisfied user. And how did the the overall sentiment towards your company or towards your product change over time? Earlier we were at 4.6 overall average score. Now we are at 9 as our average score. That's a significant growth, and every user feels very optimistic about your product or your service or your company. So some additional features that this site that this app has is we can analyze up to a certain number of row. So let me increment this to one row. So we can analyze from the first row to the first row. Let's analyze just one row. Let's see how it works. So from here you can skip to output 3 timestamp to save time. You can skip to output 3 timestamp to save time. Without changing the file, we have edited the start and end row. So as you can see, output 3, I love this man, great job. Just one has been analyzed and the rest have not been analyzed. So I love this man, great job, this has been analyzed. This has not been analyzed. Since we selected just one row, the dashboard shows there's a different dashboard now. Neutral, since they weren't analyzed, and there's one user that's happy. So yeah, that's it. And we have just one user analyzed, so 9 on 10 score for just one user, the second user empty, third user empty. So that's it with sentiment analysis product. So some future scope. So the main assumption that we have made while making this app is that the employee will have access to the database of the feedback or the comment section of their product or service or company. But just in case they do not have access to the database, they can install this scraper. This is in our future scope. They can install this scraper, web scraper, go to the site of the company, use a scraper, extract all the comments, and then analyze it. They can extract it, save it in a CSV, XLSX, or JSON file, and then do analysis on it. So that's it. Thank you. Hope you liked it.